everyone, I'm back to do another reading for Donald Trump's health. I did September. That's in there. I'm in the library, so you can look at that if you want. This is for his October, and I can't remember what spread I did last month, but this month I decided to do for October. I decided to do 3 cards for each week. There's pretty much, well, there's a few days extra, so it's going to be 5 weeks. Okay, so for his first week, for his second week, for his third week, fourth week, and his fifth week. Okay, let's see what we have. So, child, writer, bear. Oh, and I'm using the Maybe Lenormand by trying to move this up enough for closed captions, by Ryan Edward. It's this deck. Okay, and I like it because it combines the Lenormand and Gypsy. Okay, I think that'll work there. Let's see. Yeah. So it's the second week. Yeah, I think there'll be enough room down below there for you guys with closed captions. Okay, here's the third week. Oh, although if I do this, you can see the numbers. I know some of you like to read the numbers on the cards. I tend to not, just because I don't like doing math when I'm in a more of an intuitive place. It's like an extra layer of information. But if you're gifted that way, you guys go for it and then tell me what you get. Okay, so there's his third week. Doesn't look good. Fourth week here. And remember, this is all just under, health. We have to go with just health here. So that's all the meanings are going to be about. Except for we have the man card. So that's the last week of the month. The man and his money. Well, it's hard to read health with that. Mental health. How about the rigid locked in place that the man's always in, focusing on his money. Okay. Yeah, I guess if I do it that way, you can see the numbers. Okay, so with the first week, so we're talking, I think the first week starts like in the middle of the first is, I think, in the middle of the week, like maybe a Wednesday or something when I looked on the calendar. I don't have one right by me though, but so anyway, for now, let's just go with this is the first week. So maybe it's a Wednesday to Wednesday. I don't know. You guys will have to look at that. Maybe we don't even really care and we just kind of overlooking the month. But anyway, something new might be bothering his legs and ankles, and would have to do with the fact that he is at this point morbidly obese. And it could also be that he has stomach problems. He has a terrible diet. He eats on the road. He eats fast food all the time. So whether or not he's on the road or not, he eats like he's living on the road with somebody that can't cook for him or can't can't go to a healthy restaurant. He eats like someone who just eats fast food all the time. He eats like a child that wants to just have fast food all the time. So I think that's the message to overlay. Okay. And maybe ankle and knee problems. And maybe stomach problems. Now, with the second week, this could be an iron deficiency. Well, no, I wouldn't really want to say that because he eats a lot of beef, I think, so I doubt he has an iron deficiency. And he's not a woman, so... But he's solidly locked into some kind of battle that's repetitive. With the snake here, I'd have to say, with the snake and the cross, I would say it's an addiction. He's solidly sunk into his addiction. This is a card of addiction. The whip repeats. And this is a battle. And this is something where you're sunk in and you can't get out. Well, you can. Of course, anybody can overcome an addiction. But maybe his food addiction is sunken into the point. He has so many addictions, right? Fast food, Diet Coke, Adderall, and who knows what he takes to sleep at night. And I guess, in the whole Trump family, it's like their party drug is cocaine. So, yeah, okay. Third week, there's some maybe overheating, dryness that's causing him problems. This is a card of real problems. This is also, the cross card can also be lower back problems. If you look at it upside down, it's like, pelvic, and then, your upper column. But so can the pelvic, this can be pelvic issues too. It could be repeat constant pelvic issues. This is definitely a burden. I mean, there's 52 cards in this deck, and I only drew 15. And these 3 are terrible. Wow. This was in, I think last month, oh, I remember now. Last month I did a 9, I did a 3x3, and I let the cards, the focal card in the middle is the important one, but I let the cards just show me what to focus on, and the snake came up in the middle. So that's, the colon problems. So he still has, diarrhea problems. Diarrhea problems. That repeats. There's like a loop. Then that goes with, when you're addicted to drugs, and especially uppers, it's like, it's a clean out when you use it, and then later on you're dehydrated and overheated, and you have colon problems because of that. Because it's such an abuse to the stomach. These cards right here are all about, I think he's going to need a prescription, or he's been using prescriptions to try and keep him kind of safe. I'm just going to read this card as like safe, even because it is a safe, and let go of the money aspect of it because we're talking about health. But he does have the money to keep the health, going best he can. But it's going to all implode on him someday. But for sure, mid-month. Oh, and when do we have? Oh, I gotta bring those. I have the dates written down for all the debates. I think there's one October. I think it might be the 15th. I know there's 9/29, and then is the first one. I did a reading on that already, and I'll do the one for the second debate afterwards. But I think it's mid-month. So this could be, overheating and the burden of the battle of the debate coming up. Like this week could get him in a place where he's battling with himself, like a deep inner conflict, and he's having to like whip himself into getting to this week. But this is very toxic. This is a very, very toxic card. This one and the mice are very toxic for health. This is the worst because it's, you know, with the mice it can be like some little poison that came in and you can clear it out. But with the snake it's like, you know, something sunk into the colon that is very painful and is a big problem. This is the hardest, you know, card when it comes to pain. It's very painful. So that's the 3rd week. 4th week, it could be a, you know, a heart issue. That's possible that there's a heart issue that happens in the 4th week, but that has been something that that's been, you know, cycling, and, you know, it could be a lymphatic issue as well with the ring. We're in the realm of lymphatic tissue. Yeah, and especially with the fish, because it's lymphatic. It's both, you know, the lymphatic system in our bodies are, you know, it's our water. It's our synovial fluid in our joints, and it's, you know, and it's in our neck, underarms, around the femoral arteries. You know, it's our lymphatic system. And when we have a healthy emotional body, our lymphatic system is usually really clear and works well. That's not the case with him, because he has blocked off his heart for so long that he's got to have lymphatic problems, along with, of course, the colon. He's blocked off his feelings, his heart. Toxic, diarrhea. Again, this is, you know, that was the main message last month. And he has to, in order for him to be safe, he has to get prescriptions. He's on some kind of meds. That's what this card is about. So this may be, I'm just now getting the guidance that we can just take all these cards to see his overall health. It doesn't have to be broken down by week. I mean, I set that intention to look at it that way. So we could look for some problems to show up mid-month. But he's got problems. He has major health problems. Definitely. Definite major health problems, and I would say intestinal more than anything. And because of his addictions. Yeah. Okay, well, that's all I'm getting, you guys. Thanks. Take care. Bye.